All right, so to look at whether like impulses are bad for you or what effect impulses have, what we want to start with is looking at we want to start with understanding what training actually is. So training is you have this body, you have this system that is in the current state that it's in, right? And what we want to do, like literally the process of training, is providing something to the system, to this body, to yourself, providing something to that is challenging in relation to what you can currently do, so that it signals to your system, to your body, that it has to change and adapt so that it can handle that better next time, because your basic goal is to survive, right? So if we look at something like impulses, example of impulse would be like if we're here, and this is just like light upper body stuff, but if we're here and we're going here, or we could be out to the side, going here, like putting rapid amounts of force into different joints with a weight that's swinging and pulling back, and you're trying to impulse up against, right? If we look at what is the effect that has, is it good, is it bad? Again, if we go back to what training is, it's providing your system with some type of input or stimulus that is challenging to cause it to adapt to that stimulus. So we can work back from this and look at what is the thing that's actually happening as we do an impulse. The thing that's happening as we do an impulse is you're rapidly applying force, or you're rapidly being asked to accept force that is coming in against your body in whatever position you're positioned in. If we're here, we can like bias it towards kind of that medial elbow here. Maybe also like a little bit of shoulder, depending on how you do them. But if we go there, it's there. If we go here, it's kind of like all throughout this region here. If we were to go here, it's more like on the back side, right? So regardless of whatever position we put ourselves in, we're asking that relevant system, musculature, etc., to be able to accept the force there. And so it's fairly straightforward and simple. The way that we want to use them is it's the same that we want to use any other training tool. Like if you're going to load something up heavy, right, we're not going to load it up to the point where you can't lift it, because then it's, unless we want to do an overcoming ISO, but if we're looking to like actually lift a load, we're not going to load it up with more than you can lift it, because then you're not able to physically move it. So there is going to be no training effect there. Or if you do try to do it in, like, let's say you're doing a squat and you get it up and then you go down and you're not able to actually squat back up, then you're going to drop it and you're going to fail, right? So it's going to have that effect on your system. If you're dropping off, if you're doing depth drops and you're dropping off of a height that's higher than what you're able to handle, then you're probably going to cause some injury within your body, within your system. So we don't want to go that high, but we do want to challenge it. It's the same thing with impulses, right? It's simply that we want to take whatever level your body's at right now. So let's say, for example, here, like going there would cause a lot of pain. What we'd want to do in that situation is be like, all right, let's start here. How does that feel? Like, oh, that feels okay. Great, we do that day one. Next day, we're doing, maybe it's like there. Next day, it's like there. Maybe next time it's a little bit less because you're like, it hasn't recovered that well. And then next time after that, it's like, I feel like I can go pretty much as hard as I want on them. And then we can also alter like volumes and intensities. So all of these things are simply like tools. And if we understand that we can pretty much, or if we think with the potential or possibility that we can pretty much get your body to do anything it is that we want it to do over a long enough period of time, if we know all the factors that are related into getting it to adapt, then it's cool, because these all simply become tools that we can use, and also understand that they're required to use if you want to change your system. Like, your system is always changing. If you don't stimulate your system at all, it's also changing in that respect. It's changing in the opposite direction, right? So just like understanding that process allows us to understand that this is the body, this is the system that you have. The inputs or stimulus that we give it are going to create exactly the desired effect that it looks like we're getting from those exercises. So if we do something like an impulse, we're going to get better at handling force rapidly, and that is the reason that I use it. Not because we're trying to beat up joints, not because they look weird or look different. It's literally just like, if we want to be able to handle forces at high speeds, like rapidly, and be able to do that at different parts of your arm or different parts of your legs or hips or whatever, this is one of the best ways to do that.